presenting to you in the storytelling Millennium Development Goal number 4, which aims to reduce child mortality by two-thirds between 1990 and 2015.
I am Fatima May Monton.
I am Sheena Marie Madanget.
I am Sofia Carraro,
and I am Mary Chris Leornas.
A brighter tomorrow, saving little lives.
The sun rose over the small village of San Isidro, casting a golden glow in the simple houses made of woods and straw. The air smelled of freshly cooked rice, and the sounds of children playing echoed through the dusty roads. It was in this village that Clara, a young and determined nurse, arrived to serve her community. She had heard about the struggles of San Isidro, how children fell ill with preventable diseases, how mothers feared for their babies' lives, and how medical help was scarce. With her heart full of hope and determination, she set out to make a difference. Clara set up a small clinic in an abandoned school building. It wasn't much, but it was enough to begin her mission. She placed posters about hygiene and child nutrition on the walls, and she prepared to welcome the first patients of the day.
One morning, as Clara was organizing her medical supplies, a frantic mother burst into the clinic carrying a small boy in her arms. The child, no older than 4, was burning with fever, his tiny body weak and limp. "Please help, Nurse Clara! My Luis has been coughing for days and he won't eat." The mother, Aling Rosa, cried, her voice shaking with fear. Clara magically took Luis in her arms, feeling the heat radiating from his body. She gently laid him on the examination table and checked his breathing. His chest rose and fell unevenly, and he let out a deep, rattling cough.
This is pneumonia, Clara murmured, her heart tightening. It was one of the leading causes of child mortality in poor communities. If left untreated, Luis might not survive. She turned to Aling Rosa and asked, Has Luis been vaccinated?" Aling Rosa hesitated before shaking her head. "No, nurse. We did have a health center nearby, and we were told that vaccines are dangerous." Clara sighed, but didn't let frustration take over. "That's not true, Aling Rosa. Vaccines save lives. But for now, we need to treat Luis. He needs antibiotics and proper care."
She administered the first dose of medicine and instructed the mother on how to continue treatment at home. She also emphasized the importance of hydration and proper nutrition. Luis needs strength to fight this. Give him soups, fruits, and lots of clean water, she advised. Aling Rosa nodded, hope slowly returning to her eyes.
As the days passed, Clara saw more and more cases like Luis. Malnutrition, diarrhea, and respiratory infections plagued the village children. She knew that simply treating illness wasn't enough. She had to educate the people. Determined, she called for a village meeting under the big mango tree at the center of San Isidro. Mothers, fathers, and elders gathered, their faces filled with curiosity and concern. Among them was Mang Pedro, the village elder, and Miguel, a young father of 3 who was skeptical of modern medicine.
"Many of the illnesses affecting our children are preventable," Clara began. "With proper hygiene, vaccination, and nutrition, we can reduce these dangers." She held up a small vial. "This is a vaccine. It protects our children from deadly diseases like pneumonia and measles. It's safe and it works." Miguel crossed his arms. "My grandparents never had vaccines, and they live long lives. Why should we trust something we don't understand?" Mang Pedro nodded in agreement. "We have always relied on herbal remedies. Medicine from the earth is what has kept us strong.
Clara smiled patiently. Herbal remedies can help, but modern medicine has been tested and proven to work. I have seen too many children suffer because they were not vaccinated. Luis was luckily, we caught his pneumonia in time. But what if we hadn't? Aling Rosa, who had been silently, finally spoke up. Luis almost died, Miguel. I wish I had known about vaccines before. I don't want any other mother to go through what I did. Miguel looked at Luis. Now playing with the other children, his strength returned. He let out a deep sigh. All right, Nurse Clara, tell us more about these vaccines. Slowly, the villagers warmed to her words. Some mothers agreed to bring their children to the clinic, and a few fathers volunteered to help build a cleaner water source for the village.
As weeks turned into months, Clara's small clinic became a hub of hope and healing. She worked with local leaders to bring in a doctor once a month, and she trained a few village women as health workers to monitor the children's growth and well-being. One day, Miguel arrived at the clinic holding his youngest daughter, Maria. "Nurse Clara, I want her vaccinated," he said firmly. "I want her to be safe."
Clara's face lit up with a smile. You're making the right choice, Miguel. This will protect her and give her a healthier future.
Little by little, sun is here to change. Fewer children feel ill and more babies grow up strong and healthy. The villagers embraced vaccinations, cleaned their water sources, and adopted better hygiene practices. One afternoon, Louis ran into the clinic, laughing and full of energy. His mother, Aling Rosa, followed behind with tears of gratitude in her eyes. "Thank you, nurse. Clara, you saved my son's life."
Clara knelt down to Louis' level and smiled. "No, your mother saved you. She believed in change. And because of that, you and many other children will live to see a brighter future." Looking around at the healthy, happy children, Clara knew that the battle wasn't over. There were still villages like San Isidro that needed hope. But today, she celebrated this victory, a step towards reducing child mortality and giving every child a chance to live.
The story of San Isidro reflects the importance of Millennium Development Goal number 4, reduce child mortality. Preventable diseases continue to threaten children's lives, but through healthcare access, vaccinations, and proper nutrition, we can save millions. Communities must embrace change, educate themselves, and support initiatives that protect children.
By working together, we can ensure that every child has the opportunity to grow, thrive, and live a healthy life.